Local broadcast of magic oil painting was made possible in part by a grant from Zach's Specialty Stores, serving the arts, crafts, and hobby communities in Dallas and Irving.
Icy lake. Gee, I see the sun breaking through the clouds, hitting the mountain, dancing in the water, and it becomes such a wonderful feeling. You would like to put your skates on and shoot off. That we will put on that canvas.
The magic of oil painting is made possible by a grant from Aaron Brothers Art Marts.
Yeah, the way you do it. Far away, come closer, overlap, put the trees on the side, and you are finished. That is so simple. All my paintings are done from far away to close up. So what I always will do, I make a sky first, and you will do that too. Always the sky first and your water, because the sky usually reflects into the water. And then pull the land in between, and the painting is done. It is so simple if you understand it right. Okay, I will use Prussian blue. There's a Prussian blue in that sky, and a touch of red. It's not much. It's more blue than alizarin crimson. And you fire in your clouds. You see, fire in your clouds, or your movement, whatever you want to. Maybe here in the center and have that around there, but there, and come forward. Maybe a little bit darker here, a bit darker there. But don't use too much paint. Cut down on paint. Okay, now fire the same thing into the water, but in the water you can make it even darker. But I have the sun here, and I want to dance the sun into the water, so I leave a light opening there. Start from the side and move it in like this. See what you do? You're mixing. Yes, lighter, darker. Here from the dark into the light. Again from this side. A little touch of alizarin crimson. There's not much of alizarin crimson in it, but it is there. Start from this side again, you see, and come forwards into the... And what happens is a process of mixing. And you get it beautiful from dark, lighter. As you go on, you mix with the wet magic right in the back. If you want it a bit darker, then it's so easy to do the same thing over again. You see, start there and do it like this. Always hard. Pressure, forward. See? And you can't help it. You can't do it. And what you did, you created almighty light movement there. And now clean your brush. You always have to think the way this wet is. You are mixing on the canvas constantly. And if you understand that, then it becomes very easy. Now you can go make your side movement, hypnotize the whole thing. See, by having not so much paint, and you saw me brushing it in hard. Look at that, beautiful. You have a beautiful shine already coming through the water. Now that same shine, I have to complement it with the sun up there. the happy sun up there. Now you can, in this painting I have not much colors. I keep it quite dull with more white and not too much reds, and maybe I will just use white there, a white color. Because it gives you a color there anyway. And all around, and darker. Fine. Wash your brush, start off again, into the light. The sun is behind that cloud. Now already I will show you how we make the sunrises. You see there? In no time you got that done already, no problem. See? And then here you can, if you want, you can just pull it down there too. See? Here maybe, here a little bit, and just get darker, and that's it. Now, here, in order to make that right, use your almighty finger and roll it in like this. See, then you get the feeling of this cloud is on top of that, and the white comes from behind. You see, and if you need more paint, just cut in a little bit extra there. See? There you are. If I wouldn't have done that, it would not look too right. Now it comes from behind that cloud, and you see the sun is shooting out there. Okay, that is it. Hypnotize the whole sky again. Hypnotize the whole sky again. Beautiful. See, sky is done already. But if you want it darker now, then you can cut in a bit darker. It doesn't matter. I think that's just perfect for what I want to do there. Now I will show you. We put that on Mighty Mountain. I put a block of white. How about you make it close up there? Right there. A block of white. Enough for that mountain. This is a little bit of shadow paint. That can go in there too. Touch of Prussian blue. And a wee little touch of alizarin crimson, because we don't have too much red in this particular paint here. More blue. See? And mix it, and use a touch of Van Dyke brown into that. Turn it all over. Can you see it? Turn it all over like this. And turn it all over like this again. Make sure you don't have, see, that white shouldn't come out there. It is still too light. A bit more Van Dyke brown, a bit more blue, and then you mix again. See? There. Okay, I think I'm close. A little touch more of Van Dyke brown, a bit more in the gray. That makes it nice. See, that's the earth color. There we are. Now I'm in. And keep it like marble. Don't mix it more. I have mixed this already too much. Okay. Whatever you want to put in there, whatever kind of a mountain, though, I will aim for roughly the same kind of a mountain. Kind of a mountain like this. See, but no paint. Don't use much paint. Don't use much paint. I don't use any paint at all. I overdo when I talk. But I want you not to use too much paint, because then you have to paint on top of that paint. And as less paint you use, as better you will be off. Oh, here we make that kind of a mountain. Don't have to be the same. So what I show you here is a technique. And I want you to understand, I do not copy. I just show you roughly what the finish point will be, and then go from there. Okay. And the technique will allow you to do whatever you want to do. See, try to get that rim off, so you don't have heavy paint standing there. If you hear me scraping, no paint on there. Okay, the next step, you use your big brush and you hammer it down like this. See, the magic white it goes, the magic, the canvas is still wet, and you create a kind of a mist all of a sudden there. See, kind of a mist. There you are. See? And there's no paint on, but it's so nice. It's so easy to paint on that now, but it would be hard to paint if I had a ton of paint on there. And if you want to get rid of the ridges there, I will show you some other trick. Have a clean brush and cut it down from the top. See? From the top. From the top. But not up. Then you move the shards, whatever's stuck there, you move it into the sky. And that's hard to get it out. But you always can make it down, a down move. See, there you are. That makes it easy too. Very easy. Okay, the next step will be, we highlight that Almighty Mountain there. And now we have to highlight from the light is coming from here. And so I have to highlight that from that side. That will be this side, see? See how I use my knife there again? That will be this side, this side. See? Take a good look how I use my knife. See? Ah! Too much is too much. Look at the beautiful details, like a mountain would come down there. Now, here you can use this side. See, does this happen? The light is in the center, and it will come like this. Well, in other words, what I really show you here, there is a certain paint what will do the job, and other paint just will not do it, no matter what you do. See? Highlight whatever you want. You don't have to highlight the whole thing, because on the sky like this, you have sun patches. See, already you get your happy Almighty Mountain coming up there. Now again, you can use your fan brush if you want. You see that paint I mixed here? One moment. You see that paint I mixed here? A little touch of Prussian Van Dyke brown into that, and you got the colors you need in the foreground here. You see, you have the other trees standing there, but make it so that they're standing up. Make it so like they're standing up. See, the brush lines, they create some, see what it does? There's some lines, and in the distance like that, it would show you, as a sample, tree trunks. There are tree trunks standing there. See? And if you want, you can have it a little bit darker there, a little bit darker there, a little bit darker there, and run it up, push it up. See? Because you would like to paint light against it, then light against dark will show better. That's all the openings I need there. Lines. Pull it up a little bit, pull it up a little bit. That is beautiful. Okay, the next step, you know, it's the winter colors there. You can put white against it. That would be like this. See? Something like this. in that almighty distance, you see only details there. So what it is, what is it? If you want, you can make very gentle, little bit of upstroke there. Very gentle. See, already you got your, now you brush that out like this, side moves. See, and then you. You fire off kind of a happy shoreline there, far away. See, kind of a happy shoreline there. Okay, something like that. And the next step, you fire the sun and right there into the water. Okay, now you got it nice and bright. Maybe I add a little bit around the sun. I want more power there. That's good. That give me all I need. I have nothing more left there anyway. So we have already a happy little start there. Kind of an extra little, just a wee little touch there. So now the next step, I use my big brush, that bigger mighty brush, into the Van Dyke brown, Look how I messed it up. How about you make a good close-up there? Into that almighty Van Dyke brown, into that almighty Prussian blue. There, and mess up the brush. And again, the brush is like a shoe. Now I show it how many times. Whoever watches the first time, it's a joy to do it. But if, I remind you again, it is that touch. And if I put those trees you see in there, it's always a touch and move. If I move up, touch and move up. If I move down, as a sample, I want to have all my branches hanging down. Here I have some room. I will show you how I bring my branches down for the weeping willows. See, the weeping willows are dancing in the water there. See, hanging down. All the things are hanging down now. But if I want to move it up, then I make it up. See? Look at that. Right away into the water, You want to have it reflecting into the water. No problem. See? Then the other tree. See? That is nice. You know, I paint for so many years and I still enjoy those kind of strokes by seeing the outcome that is really absolutely what I want. And now you can really create whatever you want. Okay. I always want to believe this is the back of the tree, whatever you see. Now I put the trunks in, a touch of red would be nice, red and white. I put the tree trunks in. See, like this. See? And you want to highlight that a little bit. You can give them some little highlights. See? Now in the water you can do the same thing there. See? But what I do there, I only give them a touch. Maybe here is the other tree trunk, and I give them a touch down there. See? I will show you why. Maybe other tree trunk there. And I put a little touch down there. See, now when you pull it into the water, see what happened now. I will show you that. I got to show you. See, I don't need paint when I want to paint water. I pull that all down. You see, now it becomes a long line. Turn the brush over and pull it all down. You see now what we did? Now I got it beautiful thin. If I have big paint on there, a clump of paint, I cannot do what I show you now. And I have to show you that because that is very, very, very exciting. See, I can move that paint sideways. See, look at that. See? This is what will sell. And you only can do that if you do it the way I showed you that. Just pull it in. This is no paint. It is deep in that paint. And you can move it now, dancing down. And then naturally you can do all kinds of things there. You can push in white. Look at that. Oh, that's always nice. That is what that is the seller. And you have to learn that. I was the fox on the shopping centers. I know how to do it right. I did it for too long. Now, therefore, I can go fishing, you see. Now I use that water not to paint anymore. I do some wonderful fishing. Okay, now I will use a touch of white and blue, white and make the same colors here. Just add a little bit, take a little bit off there. See, and white. And then you put some bushes in there. See? Now, you can still highlight those trees. Same here a little bit, there a little bit. Very, very, very careful. Not too much, because you need it dark. A couple touches, all you need. You can easy, that's the sickness of everyone. We want to do it so good, and then we go over, and we nag our paintings to death. Yes, that's it. Don't do more. You're always tempted to go over that and do it better. You will not do it better. I promise you, you will not do it better. That's so simple. No one has done it better up to now. See, now here, on this side, I use white and highlight a little bit with white. You see there? A little bit with white. And that's from the sunny side. See, they're attached with white. But again, never hit the same place again. Only one hit, and that's it. You can come out in the front here and have a little bit white. See, because the sun, this is in the shadow of those trees. And here you have it like that, see? Now I don't want to destroy this. This is just beautiful here. Okay, leave it like that. All right, the next step will be, I put a little happy shoreline in there. You don't have to do more. That is good enough. That is good enough. Now on this side you do the same thing. On this side you do the same thing. Lots of Van Dyke brown, lots of Prussian blue. Get the brush loaded. Your brush is loaded. Now cover up whatever you think it doesn't look too good. See? There you are. Can you see how fast that goes? And what a beautiful, beautiful branches. If you could make a close-up on these branches alone, just by those couple touches, you can't help being excited again. Because it is loose, it's not blocking, it is branchy, it has, the wind can go through, and all my feelings are right in it. It's just fantastic. So here we make it darker. Now again, the same what we did on the other side. We will put the tree trunk in there. You can have 3 trees, you can have 10 trees, you can have 1. I just happen I like one. What the devil is wrong with that? See? And if you want, you can have a couple happy lines in there. That's such a close-up there. You see? Now again, use a touch of a little blue and white, and you highlight that again. Here a little bit, there a little bit, there a little bit, there a little bit, there a little bit. And be sure not too much. Here, firing against the dark color. See? Now, if you want to, you can use white, real white alone, and give that little bit of extra there, extra there, extra there, see? Extra there. There you are. There you are. Now look at that. Here you maybe can put in a little bit of to make it exciting. Whatever you want to do now. You know, it's easy to overload a painting. I always like to have it fresh and breezy because it's so easy to put in more and more and more, and all of a sudden you have it all overloaded. Your paintings are loaded. Here I would put sometimes little branches in, scratch it in like this, like this, like this. You know, some dry branches there. If you want, you could put the little peak in from the tree, double peak if you want to too. See, that doesn't hurt. There. See? Oh, like this. And what did there? Look at that painting. I'm still always new and excited when I do that. There we are. I thank you for watching me. Bye-bye.